So, you know, figured I'd do a makeup tutorial, really show you how I get ready in the morning, put everything on. Nah, this is a dad channel, not a mom channel. So, gonna get ready to do a little shave in the morning, get ready. For anybody who, you know, wants to be respectable, as much as I absolutely love having a beard, it is important to shave, stay clean cut, and, you know, have a little bit of discipline when it comes to what your overall look and presentation should be. So for me, I think that one of the best ways to start the morning is to drag a sharp piece of metal across your jugular and, you know, really make you feel alive. So when I shave, I still eat, no brand or anything because I'm not getting paid, but I like to use the single blade razor. I found that over the years, when I used the multi-blade ones, I was getting a lot of razor burn and bumps and stuff. But once I switched over to just using a single blade, it got a little bit better and it's way cheaper. Again, no particular brand or anything like that, but when you do the single blade razors, it comes in like a pack of 100. I paid $5 and that will last you a year. So the handle, I think, was like 12 bucks. You can get them, you know, anywhere. But for essentially $17, you can shave for an entire year. Whereas if you want to go get one of those multi-blade razors, you're looking at 30, 40 bucks for a month. But whenever you come, you need to know what direction you're, well, I guess I'll start back. So warm up your face. You know, you're going to use a hot towel, warm water. Then you want to lather your cream on there so that you can, number one, it helps moisturize your skin a little bit so you don't get as much razor burn, but also so you can see where you've shaved easier. Then what you want to do is you want to know the direction that your hair is growing. For me, my neck hair grows up, so you want to go with it. So instead of coming down, which would cause a lot of irritation, I go with the grain of the hair. And then when you're shaving with a single blade, you want very little pressure. Basically just the weight of the blade itself. Because if you try to push, then what you're going to end up with is you're going to nick yourself and you're going to start bleeding everywhere. Now with a single blade razor, short little soft strokes. Now with a safety razor, you can get away with just going crazy, going quick. This takes a little bit more discipline, a little bit more skill, not really skill though, just patience. So you're going to take nice little strokes all the way up to your chin. Now if you notice, what I'm doing is I'm tilting my head and I'm pulling down on my chest. What that does is it's giving me a nice flat shaving surface on my neck. Because your neck, you know, you got Adam's apple, you got ridges. What that will do is it gives you places where your skin can get pinched and then the razor will cut it. So what you do is you give yourself a nice flat, tight shaving surface and then you just gently walk your way up. Now if you can see, I may have got myself a little bit there, but I've got a little zit because it's summertime and I'm sweating like crazy when I'm working out. But even once you pull it tight, you can even go over that without cutting it as long as you're gentle. If I hadn't have pulled my skin tight, I would have just cut the head of that zit off and I would have been bleeding for the video. All right, now what I like to do is I go up both sides, nice and gentle, all the way around. And then once I've done my neck, then I'll shave the rest of my face. Part of the reason I do that is the neck is a lot, for me at least, the neck is a lot more sensitive, so I want my razor fresher when I'm doing that. And I can usually get about 2, maybe 3 shaves with a single blade before I have to switch. So if I've got a blade, like this is the second day I'm shaving with it. So if I got a blade that's not brand new, I want to make sure if it starts to go dull on me, it goes dull when I'm on my cheeks or my chin, which is a lot tougher skin. Oh, excuse me. A lot tougher skin and just doesn't bother me as much or give as much irritation. So, I mean, that's it. That's my neck. Now what I'm doing right now is I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. I got a little nick right there, it's fine. So when you have a nice sharp razor blade like this, even if you nick yourself, you don't even feel it. But then now coming down cheek, or coming down my chin and cheek, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab onto my neck, turn my head, pull taut, and then I'm gonna go down again in short little motions. And if you notice my hand, try to see if I can show you this. So there's multiple ways to grab this. I just manhandle it. I've never, this is the recommended way to hold it. It just doesn't feel comfortable for me. I usually just hold the blade in my hand and just go. Preference, you know, however you want to do it there. But yeah, it's designed for your thumb to go here, your pinky to go here, and you to hold the blade loose in your hand. Now again, when I hold it, when you're cutting, you only want the weight of the head of the razor to be, I'm turning the brand name, don't worry about that, not sponsored, but you're only using the weight of the actual head of the razor to cut. So again, pushing down, and then from here, I'm just letting that razor head do all the cutting for me. Now you might kind of ask yourself, well, if you're not pushing, how's it cutting? It's just that sharp. And a good indicator for you that it's time to change your razor is if you start to go and it starts to pull, it's not cutting. If you have to start pushing, switch your razor. Because once you start putting force to drag this razor across your skin, you're going to cut yourself. And I don't mean like a little rub nick there. I mean like you'll cut a line in your face, and that's gonna hurt. It's gonna potentially scar, and it's gonna make you look silly whenever you go into work and you got pieces of toilet paper or Band-Aids all over your face. Or if you're young enough, when you go to school. But I will say, for all you young gentlemen out there just learning to shave for the first time, I highly recommend, again, going with the one razor instead of the safety razor. Yeah, the safety razor is easier, but after 3 or 4 shaves, you're going to be an expert with this. It's just not difficult, and you're going to get a better shave. You're going to get less irritation. It'll help with your acne a little bit better if you're going through puberty, because it's going to help take just a little bit of the surface skin and dirt and grime off that you get just from sun exposure or wind damage or whatever it may be. And when it takes that top layer of the dermis off, it gives your face a chance for when you clean it afterwards. It really cleans your pores and everything out, and it helps cut down on any acne there. Whereas when you use a safety razor, it really gets down there deep. And what it does is it cuts the hair below the surface. So then your skin heals up before the hair can grow out. And that's when you get all the bumps. That's when you get ingrown hair. And it just starts to make you look like you have more acne. It's not actually acne, but it will look like that. When you shave this way, it's going to give you flat with the skin. So when your hair starts to grow, there's no skin growing over it. So that prevents a lot of the issues you have there. And it just makes you look better, you know? Especially if you're getting ready for a date or trying to impress a young girl. You know, you really want to kind of look your best, and having the right tool is going to help you look that way. But I mean, that, you know, and that goes beyond just what razor you're picking. Kind of as you look, you need to make sure you're picking if you're going to wear cologne, you're wearing the right amount. If you're, you know, going to make sure you're putting deodorant on, make sure you're bathing routinely. All of these things are just practical pieces that, you know, if you didn't have someone explaining it to you, you know, by all means, drop a comment, send me an email, send me a message. You know, we can discuss it if you don't have that dad in your life that can kind of show you, hey, this is the little tips of the trade, and here's how you can market yourself as more professional, more put together. You know, by all means, hit me up. I'm more than welcome to give any advice, whether you like it or not. Again, notice I'm pulling my chin, right? Pulling it nice and tight. Now I have a butt chin, which is genetics. So this little part right here, you got to be careful, because if you have an indent like I have on your chin, if you're not careful with the razor, you can nick yourself. So what you really want to do is you want to kind of pick your lip up, and that makes it flat. Then you can come down it without having to worry about cutting it, and you can make sure you get all the little hairs in there. So like this. And just like that, you can go through a more difficult part of your skin without worrying about cutting yourself or, you know, leaving a little, I guess, soul patch. I don't know, or Fu Manchu, whatever it is. Now, if you notice, when I got to my lip, I inverted my razor and went against the grain. Reason for that is if I went with the grain in my face, which would be down, I would risk nicking my lip or missing these hairs. So just around the lip, I always cut into the lip, right? And I kind of pull my lips back just a little bit, and then I cut up. That way I don't risk cutting this really sensitive, thin skin around your mouth. All right, we're almost done here. This is much longer than what it would normally be just because I've been talking with you guys. Normally, even with the straight razor, I usually can shave my face in about 5 minutes. 5 minutes of just paying attention and doing it right. I can usually shave with, if I get a nick, it's like the one I got earlier where it's very small and it's already healed. And then you just afterwards, when you clean up, you can't even tell it was there. All right, so this is perfect. So right here at the end. So if you notice, I'll kind of look away and show you that it's starting to pull a little bit from the razor. It's because my razor's getting dull. This will be the last time I shave with it. I'll throw it away afterwards and switch it out tomorrow. But whenever you come in and you get this, you'll see the razor. See how the weight of the razor is just, it doesn't really want to go. I'm having to push just a little bit. Normally I'd say switch it out and go, but I literally just have this section right here, so I'm going to finish. But if it's your first time going with it or anything, just switch the razor out. It's not worth nicking yourself if you're not experienced using it because you're having to push more force. But for me, I only have to do underneath my chin here. So I'll finish out with this blade and then throw it away. But yeah, I don't know if you can hear that in the video or not. But that pulling noise, that is the razor starting to dull when it's pulling on the hair. All right, so one little bit right there. All right, and we're done. So now, what we do is we start cleaning it up. So we put our brushes away, put our shaving cream away. And now all I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna wash my face. I had some beard oil or some aftershave. You can use whatever you want. I use it sometimes. I won't use aftershave in the summer because then when I sweat, it kind of gets everywhere. The beard oil is good because it helps, even though I don't have a beard anymore, it helps kind of give you a little bit more moisture back in your face. It's whatever you decide. But either way, hopefully this was helpful. I know it was kind of a longer video, but just kind of giving a little bit of tips of, hey, if you're going to shave, you want to look good, you want to do it right, I highly recommend doing a single blade razor. It doesn't matter the brand, doesn't matter anything like that. It's cheaper, it gives you a better shave, doesn't mess you up. And honestly, there's just something about having to have a little bit more skill to do a daily task compared to just being able to get a safety razor and go, because that's anybody can do that. It just makes you look like you care a little bit more. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I got to get to work, but if you guys have any questions or if you're needing any advice, just hit me up. Either drop a comment or send me an email. Anything there, by all means, anything I can do, I'll do. But have fun, have a good week. See you guys.